I am in the wrong key once again. Try it again. That was just such a great little segue, wasn't it? I am so thankful for every blessed moment, and I live in gratitude. Stand up and sing. My heart is open, my spirit is rejoicing, and I live in gratitude. I give my thanks to God. 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 I am so thankful for every blessed moment, and I sing in gratitude. My heart is open, my spirit is rejoicing, and I sing in gratitude. I give my thanks to God. 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 I am so thankful for every blessed moment, and I give in gratitude. My heart is open, my spirit is rejoicing, and I give in gratitude. I give my thanks to God. 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 Good morning. Sam House is in the house. Sam House is the house.
Keep going, Roger. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Unity. Unity Church, where our mission is to awaken to and embrace the Christ in all persons through prayer and service. I'm Sam House, and I'm a trustee. I'd like to begin with an opening prayer, and it's a series of very short opening prayers. They come from this great book by Joyce Wilson Sanford, I Pray Anyway, Devotions for the Ambivalent. And I don't know about you, but I had a little bit of identification with the title of this book. So here we go. I pray wrong and frustrated, eyes squeezed shut, can't make it work, my neck is stiff, my mind buzzes, I work too hard, I can't settle into prayer. I give up. Just show up. Here's another one. Some of my prayer can get phony. I push for peace when I need to express the fear or rage or sorrow nagging to be relieved. Thank goodness my dark side is a nag. Here's another one. Ego keeps knocking at my door, even in prayer, tickling me with ideas about me. Poor, hard-working ego. Takes a while to feel safe. ego finally fades, eased of that burden. Prayerfulness comes, comfort and joy. Just a couple more here. Be quiet, me. This is for others, for hurting countries, for inadequate leaders, for hungry bellies, for unloved people, for the violence addicted, for bodies fading, for shriveled souls, for pain bearers, for us all. And finally, sometimes I get Old Testament willies, afraid of retribution, wanting to be good in order to get. Have to calm myself. Trust. I'm not in charge. Not that important. I refrain from imploring back to gratitude for the imperfect perfect, just as I am, just as it is. Amen. We have some announcements. They are as follows. If there are prayer chaplains today, would you please identify yourself and stand? There's Dennis Ryan. Dennis will be available at the back after the service. Tonight, join us for a special 6 p.m. one-song service as we welcome Dada Nabanilananda. He can be easily known as the monk dude. His offering tonight at 6 p.m. is The Secret of Meditation, Making It Fun. Please come. He's great. We have 4 great book studies available. On Mondays at 7 p.m. is the book Trust, The 4 Essential Truths by Iyanla Vanzant. On Tuesdays at 10 in the morning, starting on October 3rd, a phenomenal book, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. On Tuesdays at 7:30 in the evening, starting this Tuesday, the 26th of... What? That's not the 26th of September. The 3rd of October. Even Mystics Have Bills to Pay by Jim Rosemergy. Also. Correction. From 6 to 7:30 on Tuesday, starting this Tuesday, or on this Tuesday and beyond, October 3rd. Even Mystics Have Bills to pay, and it's awesome. Wednesdays, 7 p.m., The Little Buddha Book #1 by Rob Geyer. So a lot going on the book study front. Jerry Ann, you have an announcement about the upcoming retreat. Yeah, try that again.
So our retreat is this Friday. We arrive at 5 for registration, and at 6 o'clock we have dinner, and then our first session will be that evening with John. And if you have never been to a retreat with John, you're in for a great, great experience. And why don't I have my title here? The name of the retreat is Living Beautifully in Challenging Times. I just put beautifully, and I knew that wasn't the name of it, but it is beautiful. So if you would like, you have until this Wednesday to register. Please do it sooner because it's more work. And I have to give counts to the retreat house. So I have about 5 more slots, maybe 7 left. So please don't hesitate. You really enjoy it. And if I understand, if you need to do it in installments, Reverend Crystal's open to that, okay? But it is a good experience. It includes your overnight, your 4 meals, and a wonderful retreat, okay? And John will have a lot of his books with him, too, he tells me, okay? So come along. We're going to have beautiful music, wonderful, inspiring meditations, and lots of opportunity to have silence, which we all need.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Just to piggyback onto that, Sunday, October 8th, at the end of that retreat, here at Unity, John is going to be the guest speaker, okay? On Monday and Tuesday, and he will be doing a workshop in the afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock, called Tools for Spiritual Life, Embracing What Is, Embracing Impermanence. And that's Sunday next week after the service in the afternoon. On Monday and Tuesday, John will be offering private one-on-one meetings. You can email him for an appointment, and I'm assuming we have his email address somewhere by the flyers, on the flyers. Good. Our next membership Unity 101 class starts on Sunday, October 15th, and it will last for 6 weeks. Gary, share the microphone. Loud. Okay, let's bring it back, please. Today, we are on day 21 of our 40-day prayer experiment with the intention of increasing the prosperity consciousness of our church community. Please hold this intention each day by joining in prayer, a short prayer. You'll find it on a small, bright green slip in the pews. More information can be found in today's bulletin about all of this. The schedule, also you can find it in the schedule above our water fountain out in the lobby. We also have a Facebook page, a Twitter profile, a YouTube channel, and our website, unityalbany.org. We are everywhere. Just two other quick announcements, actually just one. Today at 2 p.m., 34 years ago, Heather and I were married. So, yay, 34 years.
So Dada Nabanilananda, he's a really sweet man, lovely music, lovely style. Google hired him to teach meditation to their employees. You can listen to his TED Talk, go to our website, you'll find it there, and come tonight. You want? Let's stay in the right key, Roger, okay. Can you believe in the love I have for you? Can I believe in your belief? Can I believe in the love you have for me? Can you believe in my belief? What can we all be searching for when we are all that is? What can we still be waiting for when there is only now? What can we all be searching for when we are all that is? What can we still be waiting for when there is only now? What of the fear that we keep feeding? What of the thoughts that weigh us down? What of the miracles we fail to notice? What of the hearts left in the lost and found? What can we all be searching for when we are all that is? What can we still be waiting for when there is only now? Can we be who we have been searching for? Can we accept that we are more than we thought we could ever be? Are we who we've been longing to see? Can you believe in the love I have for you? Can I believe in your belief? Can I believe in the love you have for me? Can you believe in my belief? What can we all be searching for when we are all that is? What can we still be waiting for when there is only now? Can you whistle it? I can't.
Y'all did way better than I should.
Thank you, Sarah, Pete, Dave, and Reverend Roger. Didn't know there was homework to do. It's a workout there. I didn't even know if my mouth was awake enough.
Downstairs.
Yeah, really. So hello, welcome. My name is Reverend Crystal Muldrow. Welcome to Unity Church in Albany. Before I forget, because I continue to forget, because it's kind of fairly new, even though we've been doing this for like 4 months now, and it is in your bulletin, we need to let you know that we are live streaming our 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock services. So if you're kind of like, oh my God, let me let you know that the camera's right there. So if you want to back out like this, I'll understand what you're doing. Now you've all turned around to look where it's at, yes. So that's just something that we have to do, we should do, to let you know that we're recording live. And it's also written in your bulletin. So we have been covering our bases. So also, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. We love to say that just to recognize and remember that this moment here right now is a wonderful day, and we are going to rejoice in it. And so, do we have anyone here for the first time? Please raise your hand. We have gifts if you're shy. That usually gets hands up. Yeah. So, Claude, we have one here, two there, and so thank you. Welcome. I want to personally welcome you to Unity Church in Albany. Also want to let you know that after the service, we invite you to join us downstairs where there's usually some beverages, some snacks, something that you can walk away with, hopefully. Roger and I have done a good job of feeding you spiritually, and then you can also walk out with your tummy full. You're welcome. It's our pleasure. Also, it's kind of interesting. I said, hey, Sam, I'll do this announcement. He goes, yes, you will. I was like, and I think it's a great announcement. So if you were at the last town hall meeting, we said something about having a survey and that we were going to be rolling it out in the middle of January. Our sincerest apologies that it took us to today, but today we have our wonderful new ministry survey. Now, I've been here for 2 years, and the board and I just really want to know how we're doing. So you don't have to be an official member, you just have to be an attendant here. We want everyone to tell us what you think, what we're doing great, so that we can continue to do that and to build on that, and what are some of our challenges, what are our growing edges that we need to work on. So this is, like I said, ministry-wide. It's for me, it's for the leadership of the board, it's for the music ministry and the youth ministry. So we just really want to be and do and be just who we can be to meet each and every one of your needs. So please, you will find the surveys out by the prayer box. Also, once you're done with them, the white box by the prayer box is where you can place them in. You have 3 weeks to get them done. I think it's October 2020 something. I didn't check that out, but 3 weeks to get it done. 22nd. I have a dual of 22nd, 21st. We'll do the elder, the least, the most, 21st, 22nd, excuse me. So, it's that whistling. My mouth is still kind of trying to recover from that. And so, please, we want to hear from you. Also, speaking of prayer box, there are a number of opportunities. We are a ministry that loves to pray with you and for you. And so you'll find some of the options on the back of your bulletin. You can call us. You can email us your prayer requests. There's some prayer slips. Thank you, sweetheart. In front of you. Take that. You can fill it out, drop it off in the prayer box, or as I just said, email us or call us. Our prayer team lead, Dennis Ryan, will be happy to bring that all together, and in confidence, email that to all the prayer team, and we'll be praying with you. Then we send it off to Unity Village, who prays with you for an additional 30 days. With that, let us know our oneness as we... Oh, wait a minute, did I miss something? No, we changed things around. Now, we ask you to get up and say hello to each other where you are standing. And hello, handshake, how to do, hug. Thank you. I was just told that the daily word wasn't done.
Oh, I'll pop up and do it.
Yeah. Sam's going to take the mic again. So we'll do
Sorry
that.
about that.
Oh, no problem. I missed it as well. And then we'll do our statement of oneness.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, actually, we'll do our statement of oneness. We'll do that. And that'll lead us into meditation. All right. And so, let me get the drum. And so, everyone, let us say our statement of oneness together. The power of Christ's love now releases me from any sense of separation from spirit or others. There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. That one is God, the good, omnipotent. And so the daily word was accidentally missed. We're going to say the daily word and then go into meditation.
It may not look at it, but we are a smooth-oiled machine up here. The daily word for Sunday, October 1st, 2017. My every breath is a prayer. The Apostle Paul exhorts his small congregation in Thessalonica to rejoice always, pray constantly. But what does that mean for me? I could certainly choose to spend this entire day making a conscious effort to stop all activity and pray. But my human experience would come to a standstill I'm not here in human form to avoid the world, but to transform it. I pray without ceasing. When I begin the day by aligning my mortal mind with the divine mind that is my source. As a result, I know that I will be divinely guided through every challenge, every choice that the day will inevitably bring. I will be the presence and power of God in expression, and my every breath will be a prayer. And from Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 to 18. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. The face of love. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
I invite you now just to unwind as we go into meditation. Allow yourself to sit up in your chair or pew. Place both feet on the ground. Untangle your arms, untangle your fingers, unless you're in a mudra of some sort. Relax. And breathe. Do it consciously. And for right now, let's just breathe in and out so that we can release as we exhale any anxieties, any tensions that have been built up in the day or what might be coming up in your tomorrow. Let's come together in breath, in three deep breaths, breathing in the breath of God, and then when we release, we will release out of the mouth, releasing any tension, releasing any anxiety, releasing anything, and moving us deeper into a place of silence. So let us begin. Together, let us take a deep breath in. Hold it. Now, sweet release to the mouth. Again, another deep breath in. As deep as possible. And hold it. And release. Last one, deepest one, as deep as possible. Oh, and hold it. Hold it. Release. Now just go back into your normal breathing. And I invite you, as you're breathing and listening to the sounds of the piano, to allow yourself to be transported from this sanctuary into a sweet seat centered in the middle of a meadow, surrounded by trees of changing colors. And there's no worries about allergies. You find that the more you breathe in, the easier it gets. You're in a sacred space where you can release and let go. As your feet are on the ground, on Mother Earth, you feel any tensions being drawn out of you. While the sun is shining on you, the top of your head, you feel the warmth and the love of the universe of God pouring in and through you, replacing the energy that's been taken out of you from Mother Earth. And you listen. What are the sounds that you hear? Do you hear leaves rustling? Do you see birds flying? What color is the sky? The color of the trees? Do you hear squirrels frolicking in the leaves as they're putting their acorns away? Birds singing? Are you embracing the warmth of the sun as it caresses you? Just continue to breathe. And enjoy in the silence. Easily come back to the here and now. Allow your feet that are currently touching grass. Now allow that to feel that it's touching the sanctuary floor. Still breathing in, breathing all the way down to your feet so that you feel the groundedness coming back. Allow that energy to move up your legs. And you might want to move your legs ever so gently, allowing the energy to gain and to move up through your torso, feeling your chair or the pew on your thighs and the chair or the pew against your back, feeling the warmth of sitting on the wood is bringing you. Embracing how your breath is moving in and through your diaphragm, feeling how it's moving in and through your lungs. Allow your breath to go all the way through your arms, all the way to your fingertips. Easily and effortlessly, gently move your head from side to side, your arms and your shoulders. And let us take in 3 more deep breaths to ground us back into the here and now, knowing that the place that you are just leaving, it's always within you, and you're always able to go to it. Together, let us take 3 gentle, deep breaths in, and a gentle release of the exhale. Again, a deeper breath in. And exhale. Last one, longest one. Really deep breath in, feeling the air coursing through your body and holding it. And sweet release. And go back to your normal breathing. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Thank you, God.
We are part of something great, part of something great than any one of us could ever be. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be. We are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our soul. We are part of something greater, part of something greater than any one of us could ever We are all joined together in our hearts, in our minds, and in our souls. We are part of something greater, something so much greater than any one of us could ever be.
So, hello. This is the 3rd in a 4-part series on trust, using the, sorry for all the paperwork, been really using Iyanla Vanzant's book, Trust. And so this one is based off the 3rd trust. We've already gone through trust in self, trust in God, and now we're going through trust in others. So I'd like to read a quote that is in one of her chapters. It says, "A relationship without trust is like a car without gas. You can stay in it all you want, but it won't go anywhere." So true. I think you guys are laughing because you realize how true that is. And yet we're living in a time, it seems, where trust is lacking more and more and more. And honestly, I love to support people. I trust in people. And even I went, woo, trust in others. This is going to be an interesting one. Because there is such a lack of trust that we have for one another. It keeps building upon one another. And what does this have to do with spirituality? Because the lack of trust in one another is breaking down our society, not only in moral ways, but in spiritual ways. For if we cannot have trust in others, we are showing that we don't have trust in ourselves. If we don't have trust in ourselves and someone who is tangible, someone that we can touch and see, how are we really going to have trust in this invisible, loving power that we call God? It all comes together. So I think for most of us, trust in God, trust in life, trust in self, and then trust in others is last. And so I will say, though, that when I started reading this, because I was thinking, oh, it's going to be implicit trust in another person, just stand up there and just trust, believe. No. I want to start with a story that's a children's story, but it's also a spiritual story of, I think, some ways in which we kind of give our trust away, then we feel pained, and then we go into this vicious cycle of, okay, see, I shouldn't have trusted anyone because this is what happens. I think most of us know the children's story of the emperor and his clothes, or his lack of clothes. So it's actually a very long story. I will do my best to shorten it up and give you all the relevant information. So this is emperor, and of course it's the crystal abridged version of it, so I put my own wording into it. So there's this emperor, and he loves to shop, and he loves to look sharp. He loves clothes, and he's flamboyant. The fancier, the more colorful, the richer the material, the better. He's known throughout the land for his thirst and want to look good. And so there were these two men who we know are con men because they come to the emperor and they say, wow, we know that you love fine clothes. And so if that's the case, you want some of our clothes because we are the finest weaver of materials. We are so good that certain people can't even see our material. We are that good. And the emperor said, well, what kind of people could not see material? And so one of the guys said, well, they're a little stupid, a little slow, and maybe they don't do their job well. He just started really dissing all these people and their inability to be wise enough, relevant enough, classy enough to be able to see their fine threads. Well, the emperor said, count me in. I just want to wear them. I can't wait to see them. So they said, okay, so if you want a suit from us, we need a lot of money, your finest gold thread, and your finest silk thread. And so the emperor readily and eagerly gave it up to them. And he gave them a workroom with 2 large looms. And so each guy took one loom, and they proceeded to thread the loom with this thread, supposedly. Of course, what they did was they pocketed the thread so that they could sell it for more money. So what they did, they took the thread, this invisible thread, and they did the loom, and they sat at the loom. And each and every day, they pretended that they were looming, making this material. And each and every day, of course, as the story goes, it was invisible. It was nothing that they were doing. And the emperor was like really getting excited. And so he couldn't stand it anymore, but he knew he couldn't go down, so he sent his chief assistant. And the chief assistant went down. He was like, sure, I'll check on it. And so the chief assistant went down, and as he went into the workroom, of course, he looked at the 2 looms. And what did he see? Nothing. And the first thing that went through his head was, oh my goodness, am I stupid? I didn't think I was. I thought I was pretty brilliant. I think I'm good at my job. I think I have all these positive qualities. I have to pretend that I like it. So he walks in, they see him walk in. They go, well, what do you think? He goes, it's beautiful. Another guy goes, what do you think of the gold thread? It's marvelous. The emperor's going to love it. Well, thank you. And so he trolleys back up and he tells the emperor, it's beautiful. It's outstanding. You're going to love it. And the emperor gets more excited. Well, after hearing how excited the emperor was, the Tutankhamun came up again and said, look, this is so fabulous. We're doing such a wonderful job that if you really want it outstanding, above board, even beyond what we plan on doing, we need more money and more thread. And of course, the emperor gave it to him again. And of course, they pocketed it. The emperor was so excited, but he didn't think he could go in, so he sent a second chief assistant. And the assistant went in, excited, and he looked at both looms, and of course, what did he see? Nothing. And of course, he didn't want to be the one to say what's going on and to seem stupid. So he looked and did the same thing. Oh my God! This is outstanding. Really? Do you really like it? What do you think about how the gold thread shimmers? Oh my God, I'm being blinded by it. It's so beautiful. And he goes and he tells the emperor what he saw and what he said. And so a week later or so, it passes by. The emperor can't stand it anymore. He goes down to see his thread. And he walks in and he sees, but what does he do? He pretends. My God, it is the most precious material I have ever seen in my life. Well, lucky you that we're ready to take it off the womb and fit you. And he's like, I can't wait. He stands up there. He's being fitted. They're cutting stuff up. They're taking a needle. They're putting the stuff together with this huge needle. And it's like, how does it feel? I don't feel anything because it's light as a feather. And of course, while he's preparing for the finest studs, he had to create a parade to show off his finest studs. And once he was finished, he looked at himself naked. After they had helped him put the pants on, the coat on, and went out to his parade. Standing proud and walking, people looked at him. They were like, because no one wanted to tell the man that he was naked. And finally, he went past a young boy who, I'm going to use you, Roger, here, tugged at his pant leg. Dad, the emperor's naked. Shh, the father says. But Dad, and finally, because of his courage to say the truth of what is seen, someone else goes, yeah, he is naked. And then it started roaming all the way through. The emperor's naked. Oh my God. And finally, after he started hearing so many other people talking about his nakedness, he realized that he was, but his ego wouldn't let it go. He had to be seen. He couldn't admit he was wrong, so he still had to walk as proudly as he could, believing that he had his finest clothes on, which I guess he did. I mean, God made them finest clothes, which is his nakedness, until it ended. That isn't the type of blind trust that we're talking about in this. Actually is quite the opposite. For that kind of trust is what gets us in the situations that we're in. Let's take the first part of the story. If you and I went into the store and someone said, well, hello, my fabric is so fine you won't be able to see it, what would you think? It's time for me to leave. That is just the obvious thing. But like so many people, we want what we want. We want to believe the things that seem to be so untrue. And we find ourselves getting into this rut because we want a person that is attractive to us to be the type of person that they are. that we want them to be, but not who they are, not who they tell us that they are. And note that most of us as humans really can't lie. That's what you're trusting. Trusting what they tell us and who they tell us that they are. They might come up, spit shine at the very first meeting, but as date 3, date 4, or in a business setting, meeting 1, meeting 2, somewhere, somehow, they will tell you exactly who they are. And we got to trust that. But most of the time we don't. Because we want to believe that somehow we have some sort of power over them. That even though they've done this to this person, they at a work situation, they yelled at this person and they argue with that person. Well, how could they argue or yell at me? I did such a great job and I'm such a lovable person. I come into work with my smiley face and charm and I'm a hard worker. How can they do that to me? They won't do that to me. That's someone else. How many times have we told that story to ourselves? Or the new love of our lives, they look perfect. All the characteristics are there except for the yellow flags that are flying all over the place that we choose to ignore. No matter what the situation, whether it is familial, whether it is romantic, no matter what the situation of friendship, we have to trust others to be who they are. Yeah. And in doing that, ultimately we are trusting ourselves to be able to listen to the guidance that we receive on a spiritual level. And what does this take? This takes courage. One of the first parts of doing this is taking courage to be able to say, all right, I don't know everything. I don't have everything working, but trusting that God does. And if God is telling me, giving me the yellow flags, the red flags, and saying, hello, listen to what they are guided to tell you. Hello, look at the action that they're doing here. Hello, that God is lovingly telling you, you're just going to continue to move forward in relationships and going, I can't trust anyone, when in reality, you should have been trusting the signs that they already gave you, that God lovingly gave you. And then for some reason, all of a sudden we say, well, why is God giving us this 2x4? Well, oh, God has been guiding us in a loving way, in gentle ways, and saying, don't go down that path. Listen to the inner voice. Listen to me. Listen, and I will guide you in the right path. And I'm sorry that this person who looks like the greatest thing since sliced bread to you isn't the one, but trust. I have someone better for you. Trust me that when I tell you that you're going into a work situation that might not be the highest for you, I tell you not for you to experience it. I tell you this, beloved children, so that you are prepared, so that you will know that it isn't about you, it is about them, and that you can find salvation within me so long as you continue to open yourself up, trust what they show of you, trust what you tell of you, and most importantly, trust that you are hearing me, says God, says the beloved, to his beloved. Trust that I would never lead you astray. That is what trust in others is really all about. First of all, it's having the courage to go with those feelings, those innate feelings, that guidance. It isn't like the emotional feelings of someone who would be deemed oversensitive. No, it's that innate feeling, that speaking that Spirit gives to you. And Spirit speaks to you. It might be audible. It might be visual. But God speaks to each and every one of us in a special way. In a way that only the source, the Spirit, that God can speak to us, that we can understand. If we so choose to listen to the language that we agreed upon with God. And then trust in it. And know that we don't have to do it ourselves. Know that it is all good. And that when these people come to you and show who they are, secondly, do not judge them because we don't know what their life is all about. We don't know who they really are and what they're going through. So their anger issues usually aren't about you. But it doesn't mean that they're a bad person, that they're doing something wrong. It just means that they are going through something. Trust God to work with them and trust their relationship with God to move through that. They're not good, they're not bad, they're just, and you are in a situation. Trust God to get you through it. We were in as you guys know, if you were here last week, the music team and I did a swap. And they have a church swap. And they have a wonderful section where they have the kids up, and one of the ministers tells them a story. No, thank you. But please, on the survey, put it on if you want me to say it, and I'll think about it. But the story was really great, and it was really about grudges and getting rid of your grudges. But it fits, whether it's grudges, whether it's the hurts and the pains from lies that you feel that you're sharing the burden of, and how do you release it? So the story goes, again, shortened version like this. A guy comes wandering into a city, and he sees everyone in the city walking like this. And they have a pack on, it's loaded, and it's obviously heavy because they're walking like this. And so the guy is befuddled. He's just looking at all these people with different sized bags. And he finally goes up to someone and says, "Excuse me, but what are in your bags?" And the person said, "Well, there are all the grudges that we hold." I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. That looks heavy. And the person goes, not only is it our own grudges and our own mistrust, all the things that we carry, but we carry our ancestors' stuff as well. And isn't that the truth? A lot of times the stuff that we carry come from our family that came from their mothers and fathers it's generational. We don't even know why we're carrying it, we're just carrying it. There's no rhyme or reason except that it just came to us as some form of a gift. And unbeknownst to us, and you can see it as a gift. And there we are carrying it. And so the man said, "Aren't you guys tired of carrying all that stuff? I mean, it looks pretty heavy." And they said, "I think we all are, but we don't know how not to do this anymore. We don't know how to get rid of this." Now, I use this story again also about being able to trust others. This is also a part of getting rid of grudges, getting rid of things so that you can trust again. Go into the spiritual quality of being able to trust others, trust yourself. And so he said, we don't know how to do it. And so the man said, "Well, I have a couple ideas for you that will help you unload your burden." He said, "You need to do these two things. You need to go up to the people that you believe that you have wronged or that have said that you have wronged them and tell them that you're sorry." Yeah. Breathe that one in. Because most of us don't like to, even if they're right, we don't like to say we're sorry. We're in a society and we're in a spiritual area where more and more we have to be right, even if we're wrong. But the reality is that I am you and you are me, and if I'm wrong, you're wrong, and if you're right, I'm right. And if we would get beyond the walls and the challenges that we have between us, then maybe we can see our oneness and see the opportunities where we can trust one another. To not just do it like when you're a child and your parent says you have to say you're sorry to a sibling or something and you don't want to, but you just kind of go, "I'm sorry." Now, can I go play? No. You want to say it from the heart and with meaning. Now, being unity, know that I don't like using the I am and something negative. So if you're going to say I am sorry, say I am sorry for something so that you're not sorry, because none of us are sorry people. I am sorry for doing this. Secondly, another one, just kind of breathe in. Forgiveness. To be able to go to that person who has wronged you or that you have wronged or whatever, even if they haven't done anything, just say, you know, it's all good. I forgive you. No problem. Forgotten. I release. I let it go. However you want to say it. So I have something I want us to do right now. And it should be easy since no one hopefully has done anything to you in this congregation. Let's start unpacking some of the grudges, some of the things that seem to separate us and don't allow us to trust one another. Turning to your neighbors and doing what's the first thing? I'm sorry. Let's say it again. Let's get some. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for whatever. And you know, since we don't have any particular things to be sorry for, why don't we, as well as we can, say, so sorry, so that we're not putting the I am. So sorry. How about that? So let's go to your neighbors and look at them and say, so sorry. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like the room is actually lightened up a little bit. I don't know if you feel it. Even just saying so sorry at first is kind of like this. You have to be humble about it. You have to be vulnerable. But once you get into it, that's why I had you say it to people, it kind of gets easier, doesn't it? So sorry. And you see that the people around you lovingly said it back to you. It's that easy. Next step. Same people. I release and let it go. I forgive you. Whatever. I forgive you. However you want to say that. Say it to one another. I forgive and forget.
I let it go.
I let it go. I forgive and forget. I forgive and forget. Now, I don't know about you. Hopefully, any bags of resentment, of grudges, of any hardness, you're unpacking it. And that is one of the main ways we are going to be able to go back and to trusting one another. Most importantly, and last but not least, we have to learn to trust ourselves, and we also have to be trustworthy. Because we're not going to be able to trust someone else if we know that we're not trustworthy and we're not going to get it back. So in everything that you do, every movement that you go, you have to know that you are the presence of God, and we're going to act like it, and we're going to be trustworthy in mind, body, spirit, and action. And the more that we know that we are being trustworthy, we're speaking truths to people in loving ways, you know what? It comes back to us. It's a form of reciprocity. Whatever you send out, it comes back to you. Now, it might not come back to you immediately. You might say, wow, there's a lot of people still lying. What's going on? Continue to give it out non-judgmentally, with love, and expect it to come back to you. So with that, beloved, I am sorry. I forgive you. So anytime you find yourself in that place, be in the stillness. Anytime there's that chaos and you don't know what to do, find a place to be still and ask God to help you come to a place where you can trust whether someone is telling you a lie or not. And follow that. If you're at work, there have been times I've had to go to the bathroom in a stall and sit down and just go, and just pray and say, God, I open myself to you. Thank you for clearing my mind and guiding me to what is true. If you have to go to the car, if you have to go into your closet, if you have to walk out, just find some place and do that. Always go back to communing with God, trusting that language, and then moving forward. If we can have our affirmation this week. Also have an offering for you for affirmation. Let's say this together. My relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. Let's say it again. My relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. Yes, they are. Thank you, God. Amen. Thank you.
And I've got to change the key again. Forgive me. I'm sorry. So sorry. It seems to be more than even a weekly thing now. And I want to thank Reverend Crystal for allowing me to play the part of the father of the child in the story, not the main character.
You're welcome.
Okay. If you love somebody, then that means you need somebody. And if you need somebody, well, that's what makes you weak. But if you know you're weak, and you know you need someone, oh, it's a funny thing, but that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. And to trust somebody is to be disappointed. It's never what you wanted. It happens every time. But if you're the trusting kind, this don't even cross your mind. And though it's a funny thing, that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what moves our souls, and that's what makes us sing. That's what moves our souls. That's what makes us sing.
Sarah, Pete, Dave, Reverend Roger, thank you very much. And so I was reminded, something I forgot about the survey. We're on Tuesday, we'll be sending out a link to the PDF of the survey. If you're on our newsletter list, you'll get it. If you want to be emailed the survey, on the events table, there's a place where you can sign up for the newsletter. We'll put you on. And that'll be going out on Tuesday. And so this is our time for our offering. I ask that you take your offering in your hands. I like to put it next to my heart. And let us say our offertory statement together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We are blessed to know that Spirit is our source. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, and so it is. Amen.
It's not far to another heart. It's not far to another heart. You can hear it if you listen hard. It's not far. It's not far. Stand up and sing. It's not far to another side. It's not far to another side. You can see through them if you try. It's not far. It's not far. And it's not far to another land. It's not far to another land. If you walk there, then you may understand. It's not far. It's not far. Pray with me. And it's not far to the other side. It's not far to the other side. You can build a bridge, you can swim there if you like. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far to another heart. It's not far to another heart. You just reach out from where you are. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far. It's not far.
Of energy up, also known as the chi. If you'd like to just place your hands towards this way, but what we do ask is that we all bless the offertory as one community. And since we're still in the 40-day of prosperity prayer for the ministry, let us say the prayer of prosperity together. And it's up on the wall there for you. We center ourselves to the presence of God. As we turn within, we release outer concerns and allow God's peace and love to fill our awareness. Unity Church in Albany is in the flow of divine prosperity. We give thanks for the continuous stream of good in our lives and in our ministry. We know that infinite blessings are waiting us now. Thank you, God, for the abundant good now flowing forth to meet our every need. Thank you, God. Amen. Thank you, Pamela and Claude. And thank you. Talk about our blessings of abundance. Let us bless our youth, but let's hear first what they have to teach us. Young ladies and gentlemen, please come forward. And may we first have your names, inside voices, please.
Yeshua, Ja'Cory, Shemaiah, Najee, Dawson,
June.
Tom.
And thank you to our educators very much. And so who is going to tell us what you learned? Oh, we have a number? Okay. Yeshua?
our hearts overflow with love.
Our hearts. Is that why you have those hearts? Yeah. Can you show us the hearts? Ah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a collision here. So am I going? Oh, I have all four of you doing it. Oh. Oh, Angel's not finished. Sorry.
We put notes inside of these eggs, and like one of the notes says, help someone up, like loving someone.
So you stuff the eggs with notes of love. Yes.
Yes.
Aw. Are they for? And they put them in one of the baskets, and their hearts overflowed. June said. And so Shemaiah, you said you wanted to say something.
It's two things I have to say.
Yes, ma'am.
It's one of these, though. I will listen to the conversation. My hands are for clapping loud. I love you and your family and your sister and brother.
Thank you, Shemaiah. So what it looks like, may I use yours, Yeshua? They made these hearts, and on the back, like, may I read yours? Yeshua said, I love my grandma so, so much. And if we don't know who grandma is, the one about to cry over there. So. And Najee, you're holding up this big one. Did you want to say something? No, and Najee doesn't want to say anything, but you would like to show your beautiful creation, everyone, yes? Yeah. Thank you. And so now it is time to bless our youth. And so we like to stand and let them show and just, so for anyone new, we just love them up, get all the love and gusto that they just gave to us, send it back to them, and we say, children, we bless you, and we behold the Christ in you. Amen. Thank you. And so their hearts for us, or their hearts for... Najee said no for her to keep, so...
Actually, we didn't have enough to give around to everybody.
They're still making them, so we'll get something soon. Thank you guys so very much.
Join hands. Join hands. We'll sing a closing.
Dawson.
When there's blood in the soul, there is beauty in the person. When there's beauty in the person, there is harmony within the home. When there's harmony within the home, there's order in the nation. When there's order in the nation, there is peace in the world. that again.
When there's light in the soul, there is beauty in the person. When there's beauty in the person, there is harmony in the home. When there's harmony within the home, there's order in the nation. When there's order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
Peace in the world. Peace in the
All right, please join us. And Terry, yeah, please join us from back there. All right, so let us say together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of us protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen, amen. So join us downstairs. I thought they were supposed to sign out. They were. I thought the parents were supposed to sign them out. Well, it's all right. There's only... Yeah. Thank you for your awesomeness, Sam. Hey, or Pop. Get the food too, Bernard. You're looking good. But not all of us can call you Pops, though.
I don't care.